So someone requested an all-neutral deck, which is something I don't think I've ever done, so I decided I would do it. Now, when making an all-neutral deck, go back for a second, you really have to consider the leader abilities because most of them are really bad in a neutral deck. For example, like all the Syndicate abilities, if we don't use any Syndicate cards, we get no benefit from any of the coins. So basically, Syndicate was off the table. Nilfgaard used to be my default for decks with a lot of neutral cards because of Lockdown. But Lockdown doesn't really do that anymore. There's some good options you could play, like Enslave with leader ability, but then you realize that you can't put tactics in your deck because there's only like one neutral tactic, I think, maybe two. If you count Glorious Hunt, I think that's a tactic. As far as Skellige, Onslaught's a decent choice because you can deal damage. Now, when I get into the deck building, I'll talk about why I didn't pick Onslaught. But most of these are okay, like they can give you some value, but you really want some synergy from your leader ability. Squirtle, I mean, Guerrilla Tactics is fine. Northern Realms has Shield Wall, which is really good for protecting high value cards. And then monsters, same deal with Carapace. You can also spawn a 9-point unit with Force of Nature. Without a lot of thrives, it's not as good. So what I went with, in the end, was Carapace. Because I decided that when playing neutral, in my opinion at least, there's a couple ways you can go about it. The biggest things I was thinking of were either some kind of Shupe Radar deck, but then playing only one-ofs in the neutral cards only forces you to play a lot of suboptimal stuff. I didn't really want to do that. The option I was thinking of was Scorch, because a lot of decks make very wide boards of things that you can get down to the same power and scorch them. But I didn't want to rely on that, especially because I'm going to be using Carapace to boost my own guys, and that might be too tall. So I decided to go for was more of an engine-focused deck. So basically, the one card in neutral that can really give you a lot of points is Alzur, right? So if you use Alzur, you play Oneiromancy, some other spells, it's worth a lot of points. So I went with Alzur for the main focus of my deck. We finished with Alzur and some spells. So Oneiromancy to play out Alzur. Play Heatwave because, I mean, it's Heatwave, I put it on my regular decks. And then the other strong thing neutrals have going for them, in my opinion, is they have Madoc and the bombs. So you can put Madoc in your deck, you can put the bombs in your deck, and that's pretty strong. So I put in Madoc. As far as the spells, if you look at the spell collection for neutral, the best ones are obviously like Oneiromancy, and then I like Triangle within a Triangle as opposed to Curse of Corruption. This Curse of Corruption always, if it ever kills your own thing, it's the worst feeling ever. So I just go with Triangle within a Triangle when I have the option. And then for the others, I decide to put in 2 Alzur's Thunders just for the 5 damage removal and to save on provisions. Becker's Rock Slide is not a bad choice either, but I decided to go with these. You could add one more if you really wanted to. And then, going down further, I added in Eskel Pathfinder just because he's an engine and we really are short on engines in neutral. So we put in Eskel Pathfinder. The other nice thing about him is he comes down as a 7, he gets +1 at the end of your turn. So none of the typical damage cards, the 5s, the 6s, and the 4s, can actually kill him. But then again, kind of like Saul, right? Saul comes down as a 7 if you have the proper horde. But then unlike Saul, he only gives you 1 a turn. So the opponent might not always answer him immediately. Then we have Master Mirror, because like I said, we have a bunch of cards I don't mind transforming. And we can actually get our faction-specific cards with Master Mirror. And some of the monster ones, like the old Spear Tips, are quite good. Playing Yennefer Conjuror because we needed an engine card, and this is my favorite card in the game, so I decided to include it. The idea here is for the Carapace, our targets are going to be Alzur, right, to get him from 6 to a 9. It's going to be Yennefer Conjuror to get her up to an 8, and the last one is kind of flexible, right, but usually you're going to play on Francis. It depends if you start with, if you go first and you Crystal Skull Francis, which is what I like to open with in this deck, then you can use the third one on whatever, but usually I'll end up putting it on Francis. So yeah, we have Aguara for the lock and the unlock. I like the provision change of this. Being able to lock something's really strong. We have Aguara and we have Directory of Vol. So we have 2 locks, which is quite useful. And we have the unlock on Aguara because there's a decent number of the time they was just going to try and lock your Alzur. And if you can unlock it, they might not have a second answer to it. Same thing for Yennefer, actually. Then we have, like I said, the Alzur's Thunders. We had the bombs. I went with 2 Northern Winds because Banish is really strong. It's good versus Blue Stripes Commandos. It's good versus the Flying Redanian you see a lot. It's good versus stuff in Lippy decks like the Roach. It's nice. And then I went with the Meridian Bomb because it's 4 for 4, which is the best you can get. I went with 1 Raid Haze also. I had a couple more bombs, but I decided to take out the Purify one, whichever one that is called. Yeah, I took that one out for the Alzur's Thunders because I wanted more spells. You can adjust this how you want to, and then I put in the 1 red haze because it's alright. And then for the 4 Persian bronzes, we have Iron Falcon Infantry. Iron Falcon Infantry is really good if it has armor, because a 4/4/4 engine that boosts itself by 1 every turn is good. So to facilitate that, we have Troubadour. Troubadour is also really nice because it can protect our other cards. You can put the armor on Francis, the armor on Yennefer, the armor on Master Mirror. And then we have the wagons also to give some armor. You can replace the wagons with squirrels or something if you want. So yeah, this is what I went with. The idea here is that we have a lot of protection for our big engine cards, right? We have wagons, we have troubadours, we have Lady of the Lake, and we have our 3-liter charges to protect our Alzurs, and our Eskel, not necessarily Eskel, more of the Yennefer. But yeah, that's the idea for the deck, and let's see how it does. So our first opponent here looks like it's going to be Blue Stripes Commandos deck. I think we're very strong versus this actually. If I had to pick a deck to go up against with this, I think this is what I would pick. Because we have the Banish Bombs for the Blue Stripes Commandos, with a couple of blocks and a lot of removal, we can probably prevent the Blue Stripes Commandos from going off without a large commitment from him. And we have a lot of bombs here. I'll keep the Alzur's Thunders too, I think. Yeah, this looks pretty good. We do have the 1 Northern Wind, which is nice. I would have liked 2, but 1's good. And let's see, we can just start off here. I have no reason not to play a Iron Falcon Troubadour. We can also Oneiromancy out our Alzur here. Yeah, I like this better. Because we can set up the Troubadour, but the thing is here, we really need to get a 2-round game here if he's playing Blue Stripes Commandos. I want him to be forced to commit his stuff. Because if he commits all this stuff round 1, first of all, he's less likely to have an answer to Alzur. Second, I have plenty of spells in my hand, right? We have the Triangle Within a Triangle and the Alzur's Thunder. That's enough for me. Or the 2 Alzur's Thunder. That's all 3 spells. So this is as good as it's going to get. And there's the Carrick City Frigate. Well, I guess Carrick Frigate. We'll just zap that down, see what we get from our Alzur here. So he doesn't have an answer. That tells me we're probably going to win this round. What we want to do versus Blue Stripes, or what I like doing, is winning round 1 by whatever means necessary, then either forcing out all the Blue Stripes Commandos in round 2, so I can't Pavetta them, or forcing them out like to run their hand out, because they're going to have Pavetta in it most likely at that point. And then, or you can just win round 2 via locking and banishing the Blue Stripes Commandos so their combo isn't ready. I don't like going to round 3 versus them. Hardly any of the time, unless it's a long round through the heavy engine deck. Now, that wasn't the best Alzur summon there, it's just 2 points, but oh well. We could get Madoc out here. We bomb this, or we can set up our infantry. Set up our infantry. We don't need to bomb everything, because we're going to want some of these removals for the Blue Stripes Commandos. If he plays a big one, we can just Triangle Within a Triangle it too. Actually, no, because it'll be up to 8. It'll be a 6 with 2 armor, and that won't be able to kill it. We'll have to lock this. We have Directory of Vol, though. Yeah, we just lock this one. Then he can't summon any more of his deck. I imagine he has the Blue Stripes Scouts in his hand. Maybe a Marching Orders. But if we lock this one, I don't think he'll be able to get any more out without using leader charges this round. And he probably does not want to do that. So let's lock this. This might force him to pass. And if he keeps playing, we always have another summon from Alzur. And it's a pretty big one too, it'll be a 9. Let's see, if he plays another Blue Stripes Commando, we have Northern Wind to banish it too. But I think he might just pass here. And then we've saved our Madoc and Bombs here to remove everything in round 2. I'm not sure what he's thinking about here. He might have a Marching Orders or something. We haven't shown any bombs yet. So he doesn't know about all that removal we have. If he knew about all that, I think he'd pass. Because any Blue Stripes he gets out without leader building them aren't going to work out. Okay, yeah, there we go. He's going to pass. We're going to pass. And now we try and force the game into round 2. Try and end it here. I would really like a Guara. I would like... Yennefer is really good versus this. Until they get +1 armor and everything, but you can zap all the armor down in 1 turn. So I'd like to see a Yennefer and a Guara. We do have Oneiromancy. I don't like Red Haze as much as other bombs. Francis is good. Although I'm not sure we'll be able to use him, because we're going to play him or Trabadao early, right? We don't want to draw into Madoc. We'll keep this. The thing here is, we're probably going to either not play Francis or not play Trabador. I'm going to play Trabador first, because if he answers it, we get more value from him answering Trabador than we get, or not Trabador, Iron Falcon Infantry, than we get from him answering Francis, because the 2 armor will block something. It'll be a little more value. I don't know if we're ever going to play Francis this round, because I imagine he's going to go right into blue stripes. We'll have to play bombs every turn, but we'll see. Basically, I want to banish some blue stripes commandos, and so his Pavetta's bad, or I want to force out his Pavetta now, so he can't do the big combo in round 3. Right, so most likely we'll, okay, see what's this. This doesn't tell us what we do this round. Oh, it's Siege. Well, I have a heat wave, so goodbye. We'll deal with that real quick. Interesting. I don't think I've seen a couple of these Siege decks. Yeah, remember this is I haven't played a lot recently, so this is rank 4, but it's still not. It's not like we're super low ranked. We'll see what people are doing. Yeah, because we were rank 1 last season. We're down 3 ranks. Rank 4. Playing a lot of Elder Scrolls Legends again and such. Now, as far as this, I think what's going to happen here is he's going to play a Blue Stripes in some form now. We have to make sure that he's going to try and set up the kill here. Ballista will take out our 2nd armor. Oh, he's Zealing that. That tells me he has... Okay, he only has one way to play Blue Stripes Commandos, then if we stop him, he's going to be done. So let's just bomb this guy, make sure that we deal with this, get our Madoc out. That's nice. Yeah, so if we played Francis and he answered Francis, it's probably pretty equivalent. Probably should have played Francis first. Yeah, I probably should have played Francis first. Oh well. So there's Pavetta. Okay, good. We got the Pavetta out. That was our goal. Now we just need him to get out the Blue Stripes Commandos in this round, and then we could take a round 3 then. Let's get that out. We'll bomb something else. 4 for 4. Get my Madoc back. Oh, that's fine. Doesn't really matter which row he comes back in at this point. Some good value. We have 2 more. We have 1 more bomb, and we could Oneiromancy bomb if you really want to. I don't think we will. Reinforced Ballista. Alright, let's get rid of that. But how? Triangle's a triangle kills it. I don't think he's gonna play anything bigger than a 5 for us to deal with. Because if that is a 6, that's the highest thing they play, I think. Because he's playing Siege, he's not gonna have like any of the bigger cards, right? War Elephant or something. Sometimes these people play War Elephant because you put it between the Blue Stripes Commandos for the crew. But I don't think he's going to. The question is, do we Oneiromancy something? The only way to kill this is a triangle and a triangle. I don't think it's getting any more value than this for the rest of the game. So yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll just Madoc first, though. We'll just get rid of that. And then bring Madoc back next round. We have to make sure that we don't get into range of a Roach for the Zeal, because I only want him to have 1 Zeal from his leader ability. Because if he uses the Zeal for a Roach to summon the Blue Stripes Commando, then he can't use the leader ability Zeal on the Blue Stripes Commando to summon them all out of his deck. Right? Now we have the Oneiromancy for Aguara to lock it. That's the game plan here. I don't think he doesn't want to Vernon Roach a Madoc, so I think we're pretty safe there. I'm not going to boost the Madoc. If he wants to use his Vernon Roach on that, that's fine. Since Sir Francis is going to be so few points, this probably goes to round 3. Reinforcements. Okay. So another one of these Ballistas. He's going to set up the Vernon Roach on our Iron Falcon Infantry then. Well, we're not going to let that happen. So we're going to boost that. What do we play out with Oneiromancy? Choices are Master Mirror and Aguara. If we play Aguara, actually if we Oneiromancy here, we can't lock a Blue Stripes Commando. But I think it's better than playing Sir Francis, right? I think at this point we're just going to transform Sir Francis to a random card. Because boosting our... changing the value of Sir Francis from 4 to anything higher is probably worth the 1 or 2 points the 1 point we'd get from playing a Guara. Actually, it'd be 3, but I think it's worth it. Master Mirror. Some of the fans of this channel will love these Master Mirrors. What do we get? We have Okashni. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, so like I'm saying, I think we're going to end the round here. So we'll play Madoc so we can't use Vernon Roche on it, and we'll just pass. He's going to have to play 2 cards here. He might have to use his, or he might use his leader ability. Let's see. Koshni's going to be crazy for round 3 though. There goes Voimir. Voimir. Let's see. He's going to hit us, so he needs either leader charge or another card. I don't think he's going to risk using the leader ability here. So we're going to pass. Hopefully force something out here. Because in a round 3 with Koshni, he's already Paveta'd. He hasn't summoned a bunch of his blue stripes, but he's lost his big finisher on Voimir for them. Yeah, as long as we draw into a Guara round 3, we're fine. Because he hasn't played his Vernon Roche yet either. He's already Paveta'd. He's already reinforcemented. He's already used one of his scouts. Because Koshni's not going to win the round here realistically. Even if we play Koshni with 2 leader charges, we get plus 10. Go to 21. He's almost certainly has 12 points and 2 cards. Oh, there's a blue stripe scout. Oh, he hasn't played a scout yet. Okay, this is the first scout then. So he has to get another one of his ballistas. Okay, he has 1 leader charge. So as long as we don't let Vernon Roche kill something, this guy's in a lot of trouble. And there's a Guara, so that should seal this here. I don't want Wagon. I want units though, for Koshni. Red Haze, not really a fan here. How many units are in the deck? I want Yennefer. I want Yennefer or Eskil. Yennefer in particular is extremely good. There we go. Yeah, because she'll just take out all of those Blue Stripes Commandos, damage all of them, if he manages to get them out, which I don't think we will let him. There's a Ballista. Now, I don't want to use a leader ability on, what's it called? The Troubadour, so we might just save him for last. We want Koshni value going. It's a 7. I don't think he's going to kill it. He could kill it with 2 damage off the Ballista, and then a Warfare, what's it called? Boiling Oil, but I don't think he runs Boiling Oil in John Natilius, if he has Siege. Heatwave on Koshni, fine. Let's see. I don't want a Guara lock, so we'll just go for Yennefer. If he does get out Blue Stripes, Yennefer is very strong, because she can just hit all of them for damage. I don't think there's any way he kills Yennefer at this point, unless he has... Well, because he already used Heatwave, right? He's not going to have Becker's Rock Slide or something. And if he locks her, we have an unlock. Damage, Neuromancy, probably for Vernon Roche, probably for the Order. Then we lock the blue stripes at summons, and that should be GG. There's Vernon Roche. Roche Merciless, 2 damage. I'm going to see the +1 in the Zeal. Get out that blue stripes, we're going to lock him, and that should finish this game, I imagine. We'll lock. And we'll just boost Yennefer, so it can't die to like some kind of 4 damage card. I imagine this last card is a blue stripe scout. Yeah, it's a blue stripe scout, so we got this. Let's see. Let's play our last card. Yeah, that worked out actually very well. Like I was saying in the beginning of this game, there's a big zap there. This is probably the best matchup for us with something like this. And GG, we managed to win a game, our first game with this deck. Good start. So let's do a second game here. This will probably be more difficult, so I don't imagine we'll get a matchup like that again. Not quite my tempo 220. Let's see what he's playing. This looks like the meta crime deck. This should be more difficult. Let's see how we do here. Let's see. Madoc we do not want in our opening hand. That is for sure. I'm not the biggest fan of Wagon. Alzur would be really good. We can Environmenty Alzur, but then we only have 2 spells. 2's pretty good, though. 2's pretty good. Let's get rid of Madoc. I don't want Wagon either. Let's see about the rest of this. Yeah, let's get rid of Wagon. So, here... we're going second. So Alzur's not a great start then, because he could lock or poison us. And we have to be careful of Bloody Good Fun, because he could just kill anything that's a 9 or less at his will if he decides to. It's a start. So he has a lot of crimes. Let's see here. I don't really want to Aguara this. We could just start getting some bombs out. We could just go for Troubadour actually. Give armor to probably Eskil. Pathfinder. Just give him some armor. Because Bloody Good Fun does have very high reach if he has some kind of coins in Horde. There's going to be Sculptor. There's going to be the Cleaver's Muscle. Spawning card. Novigradian Justice. Yeah, it is. So this will be hard. I don't think we can win this round. Unless we play Alzur next. But I don't want to play Alzur here because he's going to have his push round with the Skewered and the spawning of more Cleaver's Muscles. So that's not good. I think we'll just play some bombs. Just play a bomb out, get Madoc. We'll see if he steals our Madoc with Philippa. I'd much rather him steal this with Philippa than some of our other cards later on. Dip in the Pontar. You really gonna kill my Madoc? Why would you do that? Wouldn't it be better just to let the damage hit a shield? I don't know. We'll just get him back anyway. There's the only thing I would want to banish in his deck. The Flying Redanian. If he plays it, at this point we'll just Oneiromancy out our second Northern Wind. Because we have most of our good cards already, and getting rid of that some carryover we don't have to deal with. And we'll get our Madoc back. Dip in the Pontar, so you don't kill Madoc this time. Probably smarter. Okay, so that's a lot of points. I don't think we can come back from this, but maybe we can do... Alright, I think we'll play one more, and we'll banish that. Yeah, I think it's worth Oneiromancying out our Northern one to get rid of that, so we don't have to deal with it in the following rounds. Play Madoc too. We can threaten bringing it back. Well, we will bring it back here, but we can threaten some more bombs. If he thinks we have more bombs to keep coming back, he won't pass because of the value we can get out of that. And we'll do some damage. Probably the shield goes. Yeah, it goes. 17 we could do 2 cards if we need to. The second round here is going to be really tough because these tempo plays are going to be so high. Yeah, there we go. This is the pass for us. He's up by 27. There's the reason that playing all neutrals is not a meta strategy, and playing Blind Pockets with Herald's Board and Skewertooth and the spawning Cleaver Muscle guy, whose name I can never remember, is a meta strategy. This might be tough. The thing is, our problem is we don't have a way to generate a lot of points in one turn outside of our leader ability, and that's not going to be enough. Sir Francis is really good here. Or not Sir Francis, Francis. 1, 2, we have 2 spells. We still only have 2 spells for Alzur, but that's probably enough because it's going to die. We have a lot of good cards here. So let's see what he goes for. There's the Skewertooth. This is going to be hard for us to deal with. If we Curse of Corruption over Triangle and a Triangle, we can kill it, but we don't. I'm not mad about that. Let's see. What do we open with? Probably Francis. And we'll leader ability this. He might Philippa this here. Actually, he can't quite yet. He might try and Philippa this round. If he does, he does. We'll just Aguara it. But I imagine he's going to try and aim for that since he didn't take our Madoc earlier. It probably still has it available. So I imagine this is going to be his play, right? He's going to get out, what's his name? That'll give him his Prophet, Smuggle. Prophet 3, summon a Flaming Robe Footman. Okay, that's fine. We need to get something going here. So he's committing to this round as we expected. Probably want Alzur here. Could also make a case for Eskil or setting up Lady in the Lake to shield because we're gonna need the shield I think for our Alzur. So probably Lady in the Lake here. It's a good option because this Bloody Good Fun will just kill our what's it called? our Alzur unless it's above 9. I don't want to use both my leader charges on it. Yeah, I think I want to go Lady in the Lake first here then. We could go for Eskel too, but I want to go Lady in the Lake first. I'm curious if he didn't draw, what's his name, we'll be fine. Alright, this looks like a Philippa. I imagined this was going to happen. Environmancy for Philippa, he's going to take our Francis, Beldam. It's fine. We're going to have to Guara this, because I don't want him building up carryover points any more than he already has. And we're going to fall very far behind here then, if he keeps going. If he plays the guy who spawns through his muscle, we'll have to heat wave it at this point. Because I don't want a triangle within a triangle without Alzur. And I think if he does not play him, Alzur is our next play, which would be good. If he gives us a turn here to play Alzur, that's the best case scenario for us. He can't steal it now. No, he's just going to play Cleaver. Why didn't I think it was Cleaver? I knew it was Cleaver's name. Was his name. So he's going to get one guy spawned probably here. Use one of his line pockets. He doesn't have to use a charge, he gets one from line pockets, so that's saying. And now we're so far behind here, we're going to have to play 2 cards. Unless we Alzur, but I think we have to answer Cleaver first. Otherwise he's going to get too much value from paying coins. Alright, pass. We're probably committed to 2 cards here. Let's see. Yennefer can only hit twice. It would only do 1 damage if she did, which isn't great. Eskel is going to be worth 8 if we drop him down now. We probably will have to because that puts us to 22. Maybe that way we can save a leader charge for round 3, which would be good. I think, yeah, I don't think we're going to play Alzur. We might just go for, probably the best play is Eskel's worth 8. Then we can go Oneiromancy, take out our Master Mirror from our deck, transform. Well, I don't want to transform a triangle then a triangle. We could just play Eskel and then triangle, boost something. So there's our Eskel, he'll be worth 8. We do lose the value in our Troubadour's armor, but that's not the biggest of deals. Thinking here, we could just triangle for 9 on Eskel. Alzur's Thunder doesn't quite get us there. Well, it does with a leader charge, actually. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds better. Because we'll get +2 from Eskel, as opposed to 26. This is better. Definitely better this way. And then hopefully we just draw into Alzur and he doesn't answer it. Because we're down a card. We're going to need some really big plays there. Because he still has Herald Gord left. That's like a 13. Probably 13 at this point. These are not the cards I really wanted to see. Let's get rid of Wagon. Master Mirror is nice. Now if we get rid of Infantry, I'll get our Infantry. So we have to Oneiromancy for our Alzur. Then we only have the 1 spell. That's not great. Master Mirror is going to have to carry us pretty hard here. So let's get our guy out, Alzur. I'm going to boost him to a 9, and he shouldn't be able to kill him with a, what's it called? Bloody Good Fun. Because that'll give him a 5 coins plus 2 from line pockets. Because it's worth, I guess, 4 coins, they'll get 1 from line pockets and 2 charges. Most we can do is 7. So what we're going to want to do is play triangle, then a triangle this turn, so he can't kill it. So I imagine he's going to try and set up like 2 coins right now. Oh, or not. Okay, well that's a great target then. We'll just kill this. We'll get out 7. Or a 9 rather. That's not the 9 I was hoping for. Still though, it's worth 4 extra points. Okay, our best bet here is if he just goes for Alzur and kills him instead of killing Yennefer, and then we get 2 good transforms out of Master Mirror. That's the best case scenario. Herald Gord's going to be a problem, for sure. Shakedown. Okay, he has Bloody Good Fun to kill any points then. Let's just set up Yennefer, and we'll just hope he goes for the Bloody Good Fun on our Alzur instead of Yennefer, because Alzur presents a higher threat to him, but we can't use it, so this way we can protect our Yennefer. There it is. Bloody Good Fun takes out Alzur, I'm hoping. Okay, we still have Yennefer. She's worth more. I'm not sure it's enough. We'll see. We have Master Mirror. Give me something good here. You're my friend, remember. Emulous Wrath's worth 7. Well, I mean, we can do 7 damage with it, which is not great. I think we're gonna go for a second transform. Oh, Siggy. That's too much value, I think, here for us to deal with. We can get an old Spear Tip, maybe. Something like that would be really good. Keltelius. What do we get? Plague Maintenance for 7. That's probably not enough. But let's just see. Sea Jackal to spend his coins. Yeah. Not ideal. Actually, we got Keltelius. We kill our own guys, so it's a good thing we didn't get him. Plague Maiden puts us 28. He has Herald's Gorge still, so I'm pretty sure he's got this, but we'll keep playing it out and see what happens. You never know, sometimes they don't have the cards. Heyday. Yeah, this is the last card to me, Herald's Gorge then. Still gonna need it. And there it is. GG. We would have actually, if we didn't go down a card, we would have probably been fine, but there's no way out of that. He just has too much tempo in round 2 for us to deal with. Oh well, let's play a third game. Alright, let's do a third game here. Third recorded game. I played one game I didn't record before this because I forgot to turn my capture on. And I played, I don't know, like 5 or 8 games in unranked mode, just an idea for the deck to make some changes before I went to ranked mode with it. So I wanted to give the best chance of winning I could. Wagon's going to come out here. Now, I would like to open with bombs here. Yeah, we'll play bombs round 1 and save our good stuff around our bigger, like Alzur and stuff, for round 3 to finish here. We're going to have trouble against this Assimilate, I'm guessing. Yeah, we'll probably open bombs, and then we'll go into other stuff in round 3. We'll go Siggy first, though. This is really strong. It's my favorite opener with this deck. You go, what do I call him, Siggy? You go King of Beggar, not King of Beggars, because they changed his name. You go Francis Bedlam into the Crystal Skull, because that gives you a lot of value. Especially against Nilfgaard. Their only answers are like Vincent and Invocation. And they're not going to Invocation it. They might Vincent it, but usually want to save that for their Masquerade Ball. That's a nice bomb target here. Let's bomb that. Go into our Madoc. So like I was saying, I think I want to play with mostly bombs this round. We only have 2, but I'd like to play them out. He's not going to put anything in the melee row anymore because of the Madoc threat. Which is fine. We can just save the bomb for round 2, 3. Just get our value from Francis while we can. It's going to add up, I think. I want to make it, and I want him to end up boosting our Master Mirror and Eskel, right? Because Troubadour and Infantry are not cards I really want to hold on to. I mean, not for a round 3, right? They're fine, but in a round 3 where I'm trying to get as much value as possible to combat like a Masquerade Ball and stuff, not really the option. Okay, a Brathens. What do you have for me? You have an Emissary. Fine. As tempting of a Heatwave target as this is going to be, we can't, because he's going to have Masquerade Ball somewhere. Most likely. So we'll just armor up our Infantry. We could put a second armor up on him. That accomplishes nothing more than the first, because the removal spell will still take it out. Right, like he'll just turn each Jousted or something, probably. Hunting Pack to thin the deck, that's fine. The longer this round goes, the happier I am. Alright, let's just drop our Iron Falcon Infantry here. We don't really need the Troubadour yet. Let's just drop this. Start getting some points from him. If the Iron Falcon Infantry just had like 1 armor on at baseline, it would be a very strong card. And I can see why they don't. It's like stuck in this position where if we got +1 armor, it would be amazing, right? Because you have for a neutral card at least. Because it'd have essentially 5 health. And give oneself a point a turn, but if you remove the armor, it'd stop. I don't know. Some neutral cards are, I mean, there's like stuff like Oneiromancer and Heatwave that are crazy. And then there's just like the rest of the neutral cards. I mean, there's other good ones to be sure, but you don't see them as much. This guy's taking quite a while here. I imagine he's probably going to hit our infantry with something. Is he going to Troubadour something in his own hand? That could be annoying. Yeah, he is. That's fine for me, though. We are uneven if we pass here, because we've got +1. I don't want to be uneven. I'm not... What I want to do is play this... Yeah, we're going to play him. The reason why... We're going to armor Master Mirror instead of Eskel, because Eskel's going to boost himself. But the turn he's played. But right here, I just want to get as much value out of Francis as possible, much carryover. So we're going to play out our units that are lower and less value, and then we'll hopefully have some carryover for Actinian 3. Non-answered Francis is quite good. The thing is, he still has like Masquerade Ball and all these Simulate stuff going on. Could be playing Portal instead, I suppose. But recently I've seen all these people playing Masquerade Ball.
Sure.
The thing about Masquerade Ball with the what are they? The Vampire Ladies and the Poison guys. Wow, I'm terrible with names today. Anyway, they're all 4s. And then when you get a status, they boost themselves by 1, so it's up to a 5. But if they don't have enough statuses to keep boosting every turn, Yennefer can do quite a bit of work. I guess that's probably what we're going to have to rely on. Either that or, well, honestly, we have a Heat Wave. We have Heat Wave. Yeah, he's going to pass here. I could force around 2 here, but without a great hand, I'm not going to. We need Alzur, basically. We need to draw into Alzur so we can get the Niromancy value off of him. He'll be much better here than round 3 because of Invocation. He's going to have Invocation somewhere. But, let's see. That's not really the hand I was hoping for. Probably getting rid of Wagon. The question is, do we keep Dimeridium Bomb? There's spells. I don't think we do. Because we have, what, 1 spell, 2 spells? Guara? No, without Alzur we can't do this round, so I think we'll just pass. So we need Alzur, and yeah, let's use Alzur. I also like to do triangle than a triangle. So I think we'll just pass here. In round 3, we have Heat Wave for Masquerade Ball if he has it. We have plenty of removal for his engine cards. I think we can, actually, I think we're in a good spot for round 3. Our Master Mirror is up to a 9. He can't answer that without Invocation or Vincent. Most people don't play Vincent. At least I haven't seen it in a while. So I think we're actually in a good spot for round 3 here. Because we can answer all these Simulate cards if he's playing them. I'm assuming it's a Simulate deck. Almost all of these. Okay, that tells me he is playing Masquerade Ball. Usually that means we're playing Masquerade Ball. At least the ones I've played. Otherwise they don't bother. With the with him for the lock, that is. He's still a very good 4-position card though. The Hunter. Now there's Alzur, and we have plenty of spells. I think we have everything we want except for maybe Directory of Vol, Bladen Lake. Bladen Lake's not as good here. I think he'll rely more on poisons than he would damage. I think this is a fine hand. Let's just use this. Now he's going to Invocation something, but the thing is we have 3 strong cards here, right? We have Alzur is amazing here. We have Yennefer's going to be quite strong. And Master Mirror can transform stuff, because if we lose Alzur, I think I just want to transform the Alzur's Thunders into legendary cards. Now, let's just bomb this. I mean, we'll start with bombing this. Madoc. I think we're in a good spot, because he's never going to want to poison Madoc. Master Mirror has Veil. The thing I'm really worried about being poisoned is Yennefer. Or Alzur, but then even then it's a 2-turn removal, especially for Alzur. Because if we get just 1 turn off with a Niromancy and being a 13, it's amazing. Now the question here is, what will he do? He also might not have his Masquerade Ball. I'm guessing he's playing it, but... Slave Hunter. Let's see. We can either Alzur or Yennefer now, and I think I want to do Alzur first. I'm going to Alzur first. Because either way Alzur is going to die. Just boost him up. He's probably getting Invocationed, but nothing we can do about that. We want Araguara, because there's a chance he plays Joachim, right? If he Joachim's a... let's see, what's it called? Alzur off the top of his deck after putting it there. Boosted by 8, we're going to want to lock that or Heat Wave it. And I don't want to Heat Wave it because he's going to have Masquerade Ball probably. Still, this is a good spot, I think. I think we're doing very well here. The thing is, we have to play Heat Wave before we go down to 3, because if we let him steal Heat Wave out of our hand with his leader ability, that'd be really bad, especially because we have a huge Master Mirror, like a 9-point Master Mirror, and we have a boosted Yennefer. I don't want him to get any value on that. So I think we'll play Yennefer here. We'll put her next to Madoc so we can't get assassinated. Right, because Assassinate would do... He has 2 set up there, plus 6 from Assassinate. If she's by herself, it's 8. So we want to put her next to Madoc, so Assassinate doesn't kill her. I think this is good. I mean... Yeah, I think this is a good setup. I'm feeling good about this game. Now, the real question is, what's he going to do? Because he hasn't done very much this round. He's played a couple small engines. Imagine he has Masquerade Ball ready, but we have Heat Wave for that. Master Mirror is worth 9 with Veil. I wonder what this guy's going to be up to. So we're probably going to go Heat Wave. We're going to Heat Wave soon, and we have Oneiromancy. You want to play that soon too. I think let's go Heat Wave, Oneiromancy, and Master Mirror in some order coming up, unless we have to Wara something. And then we'll try and Master Mirror to transform our Alzur's Thunders. At least one of them. Cantarella. Alright, what are you stealing from me? There's not too much in there that's any good at this point. Meridian Bomb. Oh, please hit Yennefer with that. Please do it. I would love for her to have Veil. Thank you. I'll take that. No poisons for her anymore. We're going to use our last leader charge on her. That's for sure. So, leader charge. Actually, Alzur's Thunder here just kills the guy. I want to use the one on the right so I can... Because I can transform the one on the left. I can transform the one on the left easier. This one right here. I transform it easier with Master Mirror because it's closer to the left. So I'd rather play that one. The one on the right first. So I transform the other one. And if he has Masquerade Ball, I mean, there's nothing for him to poison here. Worth anything. His best poison's a 1 point on Cantarella, which is pretty sad. We're gonna play. Let's think. I think we just triangle a triangle on Yennefer, because if without poison he can't kill her, and she's immune to poison because he put the Meridian Bomb on her and gave her Veil. He's Art Invocation. He's not gonna be playing Heat Wave, most likely. He's probably holding on to Masquerade Ball still, waiting for us to play something with poisoning, and we haven't. And if he does play it, we have Heat Wave. So I think we've got this. We're just gonna finish with Master Mirror transforming our Alzur's Thunder into something. Heat Wave. We might have to play a Guar soon, but that's fine. We're in a very strong position here. The only thing I would be afraid of here is Masquerade Ball into a bunch of poisons, but Yennefer is Veil, so I don't care about that. This guy's probably doesn't know what to do, right? Because he's probably holding on to Masquerade Ball, maybe 1 or 2 of the guys who gets +1 when you give status. Is he just gonna DC on me? Feels like he's DCing on me. Yeah, I don't know what he'd do either, because all this stuff's gonna be pretty poor choice at this time. Because he's not gonna have Vincent. He might have a Joaquin, but it doesn't seem like it. Because yeah, he's probably has maybe like another Assimilate card, the one that gets Assimilate 2, and then he might have probably Masquerade Ball, and probably 2 Aristocrats, probably the 2 get 1 leave status. But with that kind of hand, he only has 2 cards he can play, and they're not going to save him here. I think that's what's happening here. Is he doesn't have anything to poison. He's just going to DC because he can't win with Masquerade Ball, and he doesn't even know we have Heat Wave. Although if he figured out we're playing all neutral, he knows we have it. And we still have our Oneiromancy left. He's seen that. Yeah, GG. All right, we'll take another game. This deck's doing much better than I thought it would. I think it has overall the warm-up games I did, it's a positive win rate, including these. So in conclusion, then what would I change about the deck? It actually performed way better than I thought it would. I guess it has a lot to do with matchups, because you can do some good things in certain matchups with this deck, that's for sure. But what would I change? So overall, let's see. Alzur did quite well. I think he's the focal point here. And Madoc as well. They both did very well. Then we have our strong cards at the top, right? Oneiromancy, Heat Wave. The things I could change is you can always take out Triangle and a Triangle for Curse of Corruption. Pathfinder you can drop for something else, but I wanted some kind of engines. But what I think I would change is I think I would take out Wagon and Wagon, because I never wanted to play Wagon when I had it, right? And the only time you know you're going to want Wagon is if you have Iron Falcon infantry and its armor gets dinged off, or you don't have the Troubadour, but then you just put the infantry back into your deck, right? So I'm going to take out the Wagons. The other thing is Lady in the Lake I think is redundant, because we already have enough protection from Carapace, and we already have enough protection from Troubadour if we need it, that the only time Lady in the Lake's shield would be better than one of our leader charges is if they have, like, we know they have Bloody Good Run, for example, where they can just do 9 at will if they have some coins built up. So I think Lady in the Lake, although I quite like the card and the artwork, and quite like using it, I think in this case it's not the best. So we'll take her out. And then as far as replacements, I would like a Squirrel in here, because Squirrel's good, and I don't want to have to keep playing a Northern Wind to banish something. Because Squirrel can do it in the next round, right? So if they play Flying Redanian, you can pass then Squirrel in the next round and take it out, banish it. I'll put a Squirrel in, and we have a 5 and a 6. What would be nice is another bomb, right? So we only have 5 bombs. I'd like another one. And it'll be a Moondust, so we can do our Purify bomb in case they play a Defender. Then we have 6 points, and for 6, there's actually a couple of quite good options here. First of which would be Johnny, because whenever we play a special card, we do 2 damage. It's another option for our leader ability, and combining this 2 damage with a bomb usually nets you at least 6, and 6 damage can kill a lot of things. And they're going to want to answer Johnny. The thing is, then, you have 3 leader charges, 1 for Alzur, right, 1 for Yennefer, 1 for Francis Bedlam, and then you have 1 more for Johnny. So somewhere in there you're going to need armor from either Troubadour or some kind of boost, maybe from Sir Francis or from Francis on something else. But I think that's the best option to put into Johnny. Another option, though, which would be you can always put in Sarah too, but I think Johnny's better generally. I think this is what I'm going to be going with for now on. I'll play the deck some more. It was quite fun. And let me know what you guys think. Maybe you'll try it out. You can play the same deck, basically, with Shield Wall if you cut 2 provisions. And you'll have this shield instead of the... It'll be +2 in a shield instead of +3. And then you probably cut... let's see, you lose 2 provisions. So you probably cut Johnny for a second Squirrel, maybe, something like that. I think that would be a good option, Shield Wall. You could play the same deck, essentially, there. It might be better, honestly. But yeah, that was the deck. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed.